Citizen Kane is perhaps the most significant film debut for both a director, Orson Welles, and a composer, Bernard Herrmann. A revolutionary film, it broke new ground in terms of subject matter and artistic innovation in photography, editing, set design, sound, and of course music. The music actively participates in answering one of the great questions, the interpretation of which continues to arise almost 90 years later. The question is,
Mr. Kane was a man who got everything he wanted and then lost it. Maybe Rosebud was something he couldn't get or something he lost. Anyway, it wouldn't have explained anything.
There are two leitmotifs directly related to Charles Foster Kane. This one. And this one. Both are presented together at the beginning of the film. But their narrative arcs begin during this formidable flashback. Young Charles is happy. His mother has acquired a fortune and decides to send him to be educated by a tutor. The boy is reduced to a small portrait while the elders decide his future. While they discuss his fate, his cries of happiness can be heard.
Concerning his education, his places of residence, and similar subjects is to be final.
The idea of a bank being the guardian.
I want you to stop all this nonsense, Jim.
We will assume full management of the Colorado lode, of which I repeat, Mrs. Kane, you are the sole owner.
Where do I sign, Mr. Thatcher?
Right here.
Then his mother appears.
Come into complete possession.
Charles! Go on, Mr. Thatcher.
Well, it's almost 5, Mrs. Kane. Don't you think I'd better meet the boy?
I've got his trunk all packed.
This will be the end of it and what it represents, forever. Continuing with the flashback narrative, we see that Charles Foster Kane is young, a millionaire, and ambitious. He is enjoying life and everything is in his favor. The music is positive too. The theme of his power appears positive here.
It's gonna look a lot different one of these days.
There ain't no bedrooms in this.
However, Kane will end up destroying everything, including the music of his first love.
President's niece, huh? Before he's through, she'll be a president's wife.
I absolutely adore you.
Oh, Charles, even newspapermen have to sleep.
I'll call Mr. Bernstein, have him put off my appointments until noon.
People will think...
What I tell them to think.
The music of his political ambition.
That's this. Who buys the food? Who buys the drinks? Who thinks the dough was made to spend and acts the way he thinks?
He even corrupts the supreme beauty of an opera to please his second wife and satisfy his egotism. The music representing his power will be transformed by his greed into something evil, decrepit, and ruthless.
Jigsaw puzzles.
His total decline is evident at the end of the film, as it was at the beginning, a ghostly, decadent foreshadowing of death. There are references to the Dies Irae, which Rachmaninoff incorporated into the Isle of the Dead, and which emphasizes the idea of damnation at the Last Judgment. These three moments clearly show that Rosebud symbolizes a lost and longed-for childhood. However, Rosebud's leitmotif has a broader, more emotional meaning. Significantly, the first time Rosebud appears with the adult Kane is when he meets Susan, with whom he falls in love and whom he wants to protect.
Any better now?
This is not the music of childhood, but of hope and finding happiness.
I'm not a magician.
Oh, I was just joking.
You really don't know who I am?
Well, you told me your name, Mr. Kane, but I'm awful ignorant, but I guess you caught on to that. You know, I bet it turns out I've heard your name.
However, it is music with a certain sadness that will later
Oh,
transform.
I surely do. You've been...
When Kane says this,
Our home is here, Susan.
the music underscores his words, giving them a murky, bitter tone. Here, with the memory of what he had and lost, the music practically becomes a funereal twilight, an extreme pain, and the devastation of Charles Foster Kane. Now let's go back to the beginning of the film. Though it opens with powerful music, the Rosebud theme dominates, playing 3 times. This is because before Kane dies, the music signals his true torment. His death is not that of an unscrupulous tycoon, but of an utterly unhappy man.
Rosebud.
If Wells and Herrmann had wanted to emphasize that Kane was a tycoon, they probably would have done this. The musical theme at the beginning of the film better explains the ending. What has been destroyed and died. It also explains what destroyed it. Overwhelming.